Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back, as you see. Sorry. Sorry. But I had something else in my throat. Didn't. So, anyway. Yeah. This is another video, as you can see. This is my announcement. Well, can you announce something when you're not hosting it? Okay. This is my TBR video for another video. No, sorry, for another TBR for another video. This is my TBR video for another readathon. In January, it's the Get Shit Done-a-thon. Is it? It's called Get Shit Done, isn't it? Did I say it wrong? Moment. Yeah, Get Shit Done readathon. Just down to business, really. So the point of it is to just read stuff that you haven't read, that you haven't gotten to. It could be things that's been on your TBR for a long time. Sorry. Things that you wanted to read in 2019 that you didn't get to. It could be finishing a series. There are some challenges, but mostly it's just to start your 2020 reading year with a bang to get stuff done. Get to nitty gritty. Read some stuff that you've wanted to read for a while. So with me, I'm actually decided to sorry, to do a bit of both. I'm following some of challenges, but not all of them. But of course, yeah, the idea behind this is to it's a relaxed readathon. So you can follow the challenges if you want to, but you shouldn't feel pressure to do it. It's actually running for the whole of January, so this will be both a TBR for the readathon, but also it will double as TBR for January. So this is what I plan to read in January, basically. As always, there might be changes, but this is what I plan at the moment. It's hosted by Books Like Wowo from Mora. It's forget people's names, but a Northern Librarian. It's hosted by beautifully bookish Bethany and Joshana. I'll link them all in doodle. And yeah, as I said, it's during the whole of January. And yeah, let's get to the challenges, and then I'll get to the TBR, so you know what challenges is. Are. So the first challenge is read something from a subscription box. I personally don't really subscribe to any book subscriptions, so this one I won't do. Obviously, I won't go and steal someone's subscription books. Yeah, can't really do that. If you don't subscribe, you can. Yeah. Challenge number 2: read a book that's been on your TBR the longest. This one I think I might do, but anyway, I'm gonna read all challenges and then give you my TBR. Challenge number 3: read a classic that you've been meaning to get to. Challenge, and this one, I'm thinking I might do, and I'll just tease you with that. And then challenge number 4: finish a book you put down. A lot of the time people start books and then they're not in the mood for it and then put it down. At least I do that. So yeah, I might do that one. I'm not sure if I'll do that one. We'll see. Challenge number 5 is finish or start a series. So it could be just finish the last book. It could be maybe you want to read a duology and just read both books in the same month. It's up to you. But yeah, either you start or finish a series. Or, start and finish it if you want to read the whole shebang. Challenge number 6: or read a book you got as a gift, or if you're a bookstagrammer, booktuber, or etc., read a book you got for review. A lot of time people give booktubers and in bookstores and etc. books, and then they kind of get all the books and then just kind of pile up. So this is a chance to get some books that you haven't gotten to yet of them. Sorry. And then there's a bonus challenge of combining three or more of the challenges in one book. Yeah, so that's that really. It's not any harder than that. There'll be the hosts are doing a Instagram account for this and more, but that hasn't been worked out yet. But anyway, I will link in the host in doobly. So let's get to my TBR. I thought my throat was good, but now I'm just one more video and I'm done for today. Anyway, my TBR is actually a mix of different stuff. Well, obviously, some of them are library books, so kind of I want to read them because of the library, and some are other stuff. The first one, the first challenge I won't be doing, as I said. The second challenge, read a book that's been in your TBR the longest. I haven't got it out. Okay, so story time. Well, this Rosa by Sergio Klein. I got it from my mom in 2012. Now, that's what, 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Still haven't picked it up. It's in Spanish, so I suppose that's likely why I'm procrastinating. But I did finish reading, well, I have read some books in Spanish. Entonces, es algo que podía hacer, solo es algo que nunca, solo algo como este libro, solo me ve, pero nunca me leerlo. Y, sí. So, yeah, I want to get this one. I planned slightly to read this in November or December of this year. That didn't happen. Now I'm hoping that by me showing it in this video, I'm keeping myself accountable and I'll read it either in January or, if worst comes to worst, I'll read it in 2020 because I want to get to it. Sorry. The idea behind this is that she can write stuff and then stuff becomes alive. So that concept is so cool. And as I said, I can read in Spanish. I just don't because procrastination is a thing. So, este libro y yo vamos a ver. Vamos a encontrar. Sí. So that's that one. Been my TBR the longest, definitely. And then a classic you've been meaning to read. Well, this one is working as two in one. Wait. This one, you don't really see what it is. It's actually a Norwegian version of the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. I've been meaning to read it, finish it in December. That didn't happen. I started, I think 2, maybe 3 years ago. Well, actually, okay. Story time. In Norwegian, the Pickwick Papers is one book, but in Norwegian they published it in 2 parts. But it's like one story. I read the first 2 years ago. Started the second book, wasn't in the mood for it, even though it's good. I read like 20 pages this year, and then I just forgot about it. I want to get to it. I really want to get to it. But I just kind of always procrastinate and just always put away. So now this can work for both a classic and also a book I put down. I started but I put down. And it is fun. I mean, Charles Dickens, he started by publishing this story as small stories in a newspaper. So it's very short stories. It's like short stories that makes a whole story, really, with a red thread in it. So it's easily read. It's just, me procrastinating. Yeah, there's that. But yeah, I want to get this one. Seriously, want to get to this one. So yeah, that works for 2. And then number 5, start or finish the series. This has actually already been my plan for next year, so it fits perfectly together. Or actually wanted to get this in November, December. That didn't happen. Yeah, I had big plans for November and December. Yeah, I did read stuff. I just read different stuff. But anyhow, this Darker Still. It's a novel, a Magic Most Foul trilogy. It's a trilogy. I've read the first two books from before. Oh, earlier. I haven't read the last book. So I'm planning to reread the first and second book, and then read the last book. And yeah, they're not huge books. You see, for some reason, it looks like the last book is the shortest book for some reason. It should be the longest book. Maybe no, yeah, they seem like the shortest books. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to get through. And yeah, that's my plan. I also recommended these books years ago by a booktuber. I can see a face in my mind, but I don't remember what her name is. It's so annoying. I'll Google it and then I'll link it if I find it in a W. And then I think the challenges are more or less finished that I plan to do. So now it's just like books I want to read, not like directly part of the challenges. So, yeah. Organization, no, that's not something I have. Anyway, these next couple of books are library books. I got them, I think maybe in the middle of December, so I got them till the middle of January. Here, you usually get books for 4 weeks, unless you renew them. So yeah, so that's kind of like why I want to get to them, because library books. The first one is Norwegian. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, the 2 week wait. I found it in an exhibition about feel-good books. It's about a woman who's decided if she wants to get pregnant or if she wants to have a life with her fiance. So maybe not that feel-good, but I suppose it's feel-good-ish. And it looked interesting. So I'm trying to get this one. Sorry. And then you have 30. Oh, that old, it's kind of cliche idea, but it's kind of like she's turning 30 and she wants to get a husband, she wants to get a boyfriend, she's single just before turning 30, so like, panicking! So it's kind of cliche, but I want to read it. I'm interested in it. It looks fun. The tagline is 30 days till she turns 30. 30 dates to find the one. So that's supposedly there's gonna be a lot of dates in this one. So that's fun. And then you have this one, which I've shown you before in some videos. It's a library book of a collection of some of William Shakespeare's plays. I wanted to read 12 Nights in the summer. Didn't happen. Summer just flew away from me, really. I read some stuff, but didn't get to all that I wanted to. So I want to get through this in January, the 12th night. There are other plays in this as well. So yeah, and I suppose if I enjoy 12th night, I might read some of the other plays in January. Who knows? Because like a goal of mine is plan of mine is to read more Shakespeare. And while I have this from the library, like if I suddenly find like the time and energy to read several in one weekend, I might do that. Just be prepared for that. Might be more than one Shakespeare on my January wrap up. And then you have Lost for Words. It's a middle grade book on some friends who are trying to save the local library, which is in danger of shutting down. It's not huge, but it's from the library. So yeah, I want to get it. A library book about libraries. So yeah. And then why are you? I don't know. Logic of stuff where stuff happens goes there. I don't know. Then you have Jernvognen by Stein Riverton. It's a Norwegian book. Duh. It's actually been described as one of Norway's earliest crime books. Sorry. It came out in 2000. No, 2000. It came out in 1910, 1920, I think, very early in the 1900s. And it takes place on one of the Norwegian what's it called, travels, like train routes. So that's interesting, and it's not huge. So yeah, it's kind of good to have some bigger and some smaller books in my TBR. Right now, I thought, oh, I have a lot of books on TBR, but like some of them are thinner, and like I don't have a full-time job, so I have lots of time to read. So yeah. And then we have a couple more here. We have one of the bigger ones, actually. Yeah. The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. This has actually been in my TBR for a few years. I got it last year, 2 years, I think 2 years ago. Planned on reading it this year, didn't happen. I had planned on reading it for a challenge for like 2 years, 1 year ago or something. Didn't happen. So yeah, I want to read this one. It's a bigger book, but I want to try. I want to try. Then we have another library book, A Long Way to a Small Anger Palette by Becky Chambers. This one will also work into my new plan of reading one LGBTQ plus book every month next year. So this could work as that one. It is science fiction. It's gotten lots of good reviews, and yeah, I'm interested to get to this one. And then we have just a few more. Few more. Then we have The Secret Chapter by Genevieve Cogman. It's the fifth or sixth book in the Invisible Library series. This is an adult steampunk series. This one was more like one. This one was on my anticipated books for this fall, like fall 2019. I didn't get to it. Oh, I have a few days left, but I probably won't get to it until 2020. So I want to get to it in January. It's not huge, and it's a great series. So this one, I'm probably getting to. Like, it's not likely, or it's not unheard of that I won't get to all of this in my TBR. But this one, I definitely will. Definitely. If I don't, I'll be very surprised. And then we have The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. I got it in November. I got it already October, got it in November, and then it's just kind of been sitting there. Even though I anticipated highly, it's just been sitting there for some reason. Crazy. So yeah, but I want to get to this one. So yeah, I want to get to this one in January. Sorry. And then lastly, we have Places I Cried in Public by Holly Bourne. It's also on my anticipated books for 2019. Didn't get to it. I planned to get to it in December, first November and then December. Didn't get to it in either month. This one, I'm thinking I might get to like at the end of next week. Not quite sure, but I might do that. And yeah. And yeah, just an FYI. The readathon, as you said, is during the whole month. But I'm also participating in the 24 hours in 48 hours readathon. 48 hours into it's called something like that. It's a readathon that's during a weekend in January. I'm also doing that, so that will probably induce me, probably pressure me. No, not pressure. Probably entice me to read more books during that weekend. So, yep. And has been my announcement of that. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Renee, out.